Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 6. Woo, Lord, with that Pataka case on it. 1 month later. Yes, essentially 1 month. And wow. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. First of all, let's open this back up. Let's take this case off because this just shows you just how great of a phone this really is. This white is immaculate. It's too good. Like when you guys consider, oh my goodness. Yes, and I do definitely rock it like a booklet from time to time as well. It has been it's been phenomenal to use. This phone has been so solid, it makes no sense. Oh boy. Yes, I have sold my iPhone 15 Pro. I have sold my Galaxy S24 Plus. The confidence I have to rock this as my only phone for now is sky high right now. And that is because the hardware to me so far has been dependable. The way I've tried to close the device on several different occasions, whether it's using the hinge, pressing on the hinge to fold it, or using one-handed, uh, tries where I maybe press in and close it one-handed. There are many different ways I've tried to close it, and I've had nothing but sheer fun opening and closing, folding and unfolding this device. And that's because I'm confident that it's durable. I'm confident that it will last. And that's something that Samsung has also tried to provide with us, letting us know that it is rated for up to 200,000 folds. That's definitely over a few years worth of use. And I think that speaks in high regard to Samsung's prowess, if you will, when it comes to their ability to make hardware, to be able to design hardware that has consumers in mind, but also consumers' use cases in mind. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about the Galaxy Z Fold 6 is that it has a dual use case, both from a perspective of using the front to get some at a glance quick information done, some light text messaging, or you could argue more heavy text messaging. But then also it forces you to have to unfold the device to actually access the inside to get much more work done, to be able to type in a more pleasurable experience, maybe more comfortable ergonomic experience, and to get that full display on the inside for your better enjoyment. And that's something that I really like because it's not so dependent on the outside screen. A lot of people talk about that when it comes to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold or even the original Pixel Fold, the OnePlus Open, right? Maybe the Honor Magic, some of those over the sea, across seas foreign phones. People really like the more wider aspect ratio of the cover screen because they want to do more on the outside and not have to open it up. But in my personal opinion, what's the point in having the fold then? Because the whole point of the fold is to be able to unfold it and actually utilize the main screen. That's why they're essentially called the cover screen and the main screen, because your main source of flow and enjoyment is supposed to be from the screen that you rock on the inside, being able to get as much work, as much play, as much entertainment done as possible, productivity wise, is with the inside. Now, with that being said, because again, as much as I enjoy the white, the cameras actually work very well. I shot my most recent car video when I talked about the new Jetta I have over my wrecked Honda Civic. I shot that with the Z Fold 6. The crystal clean quality of 4K 30 on this is also very good from the camera's perspective. So I definitely enjoy that. And I've taken quite a few pics that you've seen, both from the perspective of thumbnails and pictures I've posted across Threads, Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth. So that way you guys can also get to see camera quality from that perspective of just using it, right? Stories as well. And so, I mean, I shot the pictures of my Jetta with the Z Fold 6. The cameras are solid and reliable in that way. They're not even necessarily sharp, they're just refined and they're fine. They're defined. I like the corner edging of the Z Fold 6. I like how this body feels and how much it weighs. The hinge is solid. It's very good. It's very good. But that leads me to one concern or one thing I hope Samsung actually embraces with the Z Fold 7 or potentially even this new kind of mid-fresh Z Fold Ultra or FE, whatever you want to call it, this more slimmer version that they may be having coming out soon. The S Pen has to be available for the cover screen too. I think having the S Pen on the front also works just as well as having to unfold the display and then using it that way, because now you're looking at handonomics. I mean, unless you try to grip it like this and you write, which honestly isn't that hard or that bad, The it's got to be available for the cover screen as well. I don't know how you make an S Pen and it's only working on the inside display or the main screen. And I don't know if that's just a hardware design issue that they have to overcome in terms of innovation to get a Wacom digitizer of some sorts to be available for the cover screen for the S Pen, but the S Pen has to be available for the inside. And also the S Pen has to be available for the body as well. Similar to an Ultra, you're spending more money on this than an Ultra. And so even if they thicken it, which I don't think we really will be that mad at, please incorporate the S Pen into the body so we don't have to carry around and have a case to carry around just for the S Pen. And that's what, for me, lessens the use of the S Pen, is because I don't always carry that case, or I have a case on it. And if I do, I may have one of the thin boys from Pitaka on it, right? So the S Pen's use case starts to dwindle when it becomes a true add-on accessory from that perspective and not built into the phone like the Ultra phones from Samsung. So those are some things that I'm hoping that they do address when it comes to the next iteration of the Fold. Maybe even if it's not the Fold 7, the Fold 8. I would also say that even though I like the slim profile, I actually have no problems with the more slim look. I mean, of course, if it did look like the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, I wouldn't be mad either, because I do like the Pixel 9 Pro's kind of aspect ratio on the outside. And I'm hoping that overall, maybe by the Z Fold 10, we do have more of a traditional kind of tablet feel when it comes to the aspect ratio unfolded. The main screen is actually a little bit wider to give us that more tablet feel. It doesn't have to be trifold related, like Huawei has recently showed us, but it should be something in that vein where we do get a wider aspect ratio that accommodates video playing a lot better than what they currently do now, because of course video aspect ratios is not quite as supportive on these. Of course you can get the most out of the video, but it is what it is because of the form factor. Software wise, again, Samsung leads the pack when it comes to software with their phones in general and their devices, but even more so with the foldable market because of the amount of customization and productivity tools you have. In settings, you can customize your main screen to look different from your cover screen. You can customize your taskbar and how that pops in and pops out, and how you can be readily available for apps that you may want to multitask with and do multi-view purposes with. You have the ability to open the phone and get more dialed in kind of aspect ratios, if you will, for specific apps. So that way you have more at a glance, more at view than you would on a traditional screen like this. I like how Instagram looks on here, how it kind of offsets everything, like your search and your explore and your profile on the left side, left pane, and it gives you the full kind of, it embraces the screen for the content that you're looking. Same with TikTok being much more center and a little bit more wide. I like how YouTube, if you rotate the phone to the side, right, like this, and you don't full screen the YouTube video, it would look like it was on a tablet. So you have the smaller video with your watch later or your queue or recommended videos in the comment section at the bottom. You have that ability here with that. And that's because, again, the software has been more finely tuned for foldables. And you can also thank Google trying to also help pioneer that when it comes to apps and software optimization for foldables, because that's something that's really missing right now. And I hope that we don't miss the mark or miss that time frame that we have while foldables are hot to really boost the ability to use these better via software. And that really kind of leads me to a side speaking point about whether or not this form factor is here to stay. Because as much as I like it, as much as I think it is the future, is this here to stay, or is the flip design more here to stay? If you had to really choose one or the other, you could probably argue that the Galaxy Z Flip's form factor is more here to stay because of its size and form factor when folded shut, its clamshell-like design, and the fact that it still flips up and is more of a phone aspect ratio than that of the Fold here. Now, from a tablet perspective, because tablets still exist, that's what makes it hard for the Fold to really kind of keep its pace along with the Flip, because tablets are available. So trying to use this in the form of a two-in-one is going to be a little bit harder, I think. And that's why maybe it's also harder to adapt. You could also argue price is very aggressively high, if you will, because I guess it's still not overall a refined design, which is why it's still so priced high. But I think also because of what you get for the device, they are charging you almost double because you get the likes of a tablet. You get the likes of 2 to 3 phones if you wanted to. When you open it up, you still have 2 phones on the inside. And then if you're using the cameras, you can use the camera on the outside while unfolded and on the inside as well. So when you consider the form factor of the Galaxy Z Fold 6, is this form here to stay? And I don't think it is, unfortunately. We see a lot of push. We see even Huawei trying the trifold, if you will. But I wonder if it's becoming more of a gimmick than a steady mainstream option. And maybe price is really to blame for that. But it's something that I want to see going forward in terms of the design choices by companies trying to give us something new and innovative in today's landscape of technology. Now, with all that being said, how's battery life? I actually haven't had any problems with battery life. I get a day out of this with my use. I charge it once a day, and it's usually at the end of the day before going to sleep. I think that's more appropriate and fine for a 4400 milliamp battery. That's not bad at all. My Galaxy S24 Plus could last me a day and a half, 2 days on a good day. And so I think with this getting thicker to accommodate an S Pen, to accommodate maybe a slightly wider aspect ratio, that could also mean an increased battery life, and we get better battery life overall out of the Z Fold if Samsung went in that direction. And I hope that they actually do that, because I think that will benefit the Fold going forward for sure. The Galaxy Z Fold will benefit from those subtle hardware design tweaks in general. And I think that will go a long way towards battery life as well. And so can I recommend the Z Fold 6? I can. For me, it's always easy. If I'm rocking it by myself, and I don't have no complaints or problems, I'm going to recommend it to you. Just keep in mind the price. Now, Samsung has been running deals from time to time. I have links down in the description for Amazon. At one point, and maybe it's still happening, Amazon was running a deal on the 512 gigabyte model over the 256 gig. So you would spend less money on the 512 than you would on the 256. So keep that in mind. I have the links down in the description box for you guys, and check Samsung's website out because they too often have deals. And since we're in the fall now, expect fall deals to come through, seasonal deals to come through if you want to get yourself one. And I would argue trade in your device. Just take the risk and try it. It will be a learning experience either way. You learning to try to take a risk on a device that you want to try and like. But then the other side is if it doesn't work out, you just probably won't try it again. So I would keep that in mind as well. But the Z Fold 6 is available and is recommendable by your man Micah Woods here. So let me know down in the comment section below, have you experienced using any of the Galaxy Z Folds, any of the Galaxy Z Flips, any of the flip foldables out there on the market, or are you sticking to the slab phone? The comment section is open for discussion. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure to like the like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell. It's all free. That way it's a video, so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there, about a like and dislike button, Cash App and PayPal, and check the channel out for all the videos available to you. That's where to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. It's your man Micah signing out. Until the next video, wait for